Okay, everyone. Sorry, this is the part 2 of the final part. I forgot to press record. Bummer days. But all we did was add a couple chipboard pieces. Chipboard little embellishments from the kit. I'll show you where they're at. It's super easy. It's not anything major. We just put in the first page into our spine, so I will reiterate the things that I said for the first one. Okay, so give yourself some room. Fold those other hinges down. So, first hinge went the first folder set. Second hinge we skipped. Third hinge, we're going to put folder 2. This back part of your folder, this one right here, so this is the front. This is actually what is holding on to the folder. Okay? This section right here, you see this? This is the hinge part. This back portion goes all the way down to your spine. Make sure you line up front or top and bottom. And then burnish. I know, so sad. Such dork. Well, I stopped the recording and then I just got all excited about something. I forget what I was talking about. Okay. Right? And so it gets a little bit bulkier as you go, but as the hinges work themselves into less stiffness, it will be quite fine. That's why in between these, instead of doing 6 of these, otherwise, I mean, it really would be really heavy on the spine. That's why we cut it down to 3, and we're just going to do little pockets for this middle hinge that weigh absolutely nothing. So this is hinge, so on hinge 5, we're going to put our last one, okay, which is this one right here. Oh geez, Heather's on her cashews, Carol's on a rampage. Oh god, I just pulled that off the wrong one. Let's just go ahead and put that right back on. Ah! Oh, for Pete's sake. Okay. I still think I'm going to call it chicken Caesar salad. And then pretzels with queso dip. Oh my gosh. So excited. Okay. So we're just going to set it straight down onto the spine with our hinge all the way down with the back. The front won't even go all the way down, but you're concentrating on the back. Now press on both sides at your spine. Get it adhered to your hinge, causing this to not fold. This was my wonky one. There we go. Holy, this all looks so big. Okay. It's nice and on there. Right. So once these hinges have something on them too. Pocket. Okay. This will be where another pocket is as well. Okay. So you're going to be creating the Z-fold again. Let's create one of those pockets so you know how to do them, and then you would just repeat it 3 times, or make a total of 3. Alright. You'll need your 12 by 12 cardstock, 2 sheets to create a pocket. You can make these however big you want. If you want to just make a smaller one, not as wide, you still need to have the height, and the height has to be 11 5/8 to cover the entire hinge. So you're going to have to use a 12 by 12 piece, but you could make smaller ones. So we could do 12 by 6, so we can get one out of the pocket. which is totally fine. And we can mat that, and that's what fits in between. It's a nice little pocket in between. Okay? And we can create a really cool mat sticking out. So let's do, cut it in half at 6. Okay? 11 5/8 in length. Because we're going to do Z-fold on this. Or no. Yes, we'll do Z-fold. Connor's home, and he's home really early. Yay! Oh wait, yes, 11 5/8. Let's let our hinges work in here. Okay, so you don't actually have to create a Z-fold for this. We can just create a pocket that this is going to slide into. So you need to grab your scrap paper and cut 2 1 inch wide by 6 tall strips of, oh my gosh, that hurt my finger, cardstock. So there's one, and score them in half as usual. We're going to create our side hinges. Okay. So this is a cute, really quick way to add a little to that. Now you could make a full pocket. You could do, 12 by 12, however big you like. You can get all kinds of creative with these. Do small ones. I'm going to do small ones with big tags sticking out. I think that will look nice. Okay, let's put some tape on these. Just my 3/8. Tape here. And I always like to tape them before I fold them. And tape here. So this is the top side. And tape here. And tape here. And we're going to create a pocket. Now you're going to want to do 3 of these, and again, feel free to test your crafting abilities. If you want to make it bigger, make it bigger. I'm going to make it smaller. Do it however you like. Okay? Go ahead and burnish those. Okay, let's miter these corners just a little bit. And we've got a 1/2 inch spine. So let's chop a 1/2 inch off the end of this. Ish. And I'll show you why here in just a second. I want this to be a pretty flush pocket. Okay. Alright, let's take our 2 12 by 12 pieces, and we're going to go ahead and put one of these on. And we're going to put this pointy part, which is the top part that we mitered, all the way at the top of one of the pages. So on our hinges in the book, we will have to miter the corners of those hinges. Okay? So this is spine side. Okay? And you can see there's a 1/2 inch there, and that's on purpose. Well, we'll just see how it goes. We'll see how it slides on before I tell you to miter them. And then here is the top part that is mitered at the top for easy sliding into the pocket. So let's see what this looks like first. And so you're going to do the same. Pointy side is away from the edge. Which I just pulled that paper off of. So here we go. I'm going to line it right up to the edge. Just like so. Okay? And then we're going to put our next sheet on. Just like so. So we're creating a pocket here, people. Line up all your edges. And press. Okay? So essentially now what you have is a pocket. We don't need to miter our hinges because this is going to fit on the hinge just perfectly. Because we cut back on the, and it's going to sit on there absolutely swimmingly. Brilliant. So this is going to sit on that hinge just like so. We're going to paper it and stick a tag out of it. Okay, bye Glenn. Sorry this is running so late for some people, but we have to get this done. We have a new project coming on next week. So let's do this one for between our first and second pages. Okay. Let's see what paper we've got in here. So this is our first and second folders. Go. Where is my... Now you're going to need to cut a piece that is 5 7/8 wide by 11.5 tall. And we'll do this one. I like that one. That's pretty. And we will do... We'll do this one for the back. I haven't used that one very much. Okay, so 5 5/8 wide by 11.5 tall. 5 7/8 wide. I'm sorry, people. Focus. 5 7/8 wide by 11.5 tall, and I'm going to go ahead and leave it just like that. 11.5 tall. All right. You're going to want to ink your edges on both of them. Yep, that fits perfectly. 6 7/8 wide, 11.5 tall. I love it when I'm flying by the seat of my pants. We're going to ink the edges, adhere it on. Make sure you put it, make sure you know what side is your actual spine side. Like this is spine side, you can see that. Excuse me, you guys. You can see the opening there, right here where my finger's at, to accommodate our spine that's already there. Okay? So you don't need to miter it. You could take the envelope punch board and punch these corners like we've been doing. That would tie it all in and make it look good. I just don't know if it's going to cut through all of those now that we've gotten this far. So let's... Ooh, I don't even think it's going to fit in there. And I don't want to ruin it. So yeah, if you want to tie it all in, punch your corners first. I'll put this one spine side. It should be on your left. Just going to ink my edges And so you're going to do this 3 times, and then you're going to create a mat for the inside. Or you can create tags. Whatever you want to put in this is what these are for. You could do, you know, a big 11 by 10 wide mat that sticks out, and you pull it out. Completely up to you. And I'll grab one of the mats just to show you kind of what it looks like. We're going to be wrapping this up. So are there any questions as far as things that go on? Things that we've done? There is the recordings. You guys did miss me putting on chipboard pieces, but we all know how to do that. And if you don't, feel free to ask. I'll show you how to put on this pocket. These are the pockets that I envisioned. I like these short pockets. They're light. They don't add a ton of weight to the album, and they're still going to house either journaling spots or more pictures, whatever you decide to house on it. And thank you guys all for hanging in with me. Oh, that's horrible. In with me. We've got 51 of you guys on, and we've been going strong over 50 for almost 3 hours now. Actually, over 3, because we started 10 minutes. Well, I broadcasted 10 minutes early, but we didn't actually start doing anything for a little while. Okay. Make sure you know which way is top and bottom. Spine side. Okay. Just like that. Here we go. I'm going to put some tape down. And then you can also use these to mat some pictures. You could do a 4x6 with a journal spot underneath it. You can get completely creative with these. I wish we had another week to just really go all out on this. We just don't. So that's the bummer of it. But hopefully I can get this finished and get the YouTube video up. That's where I lack. So I finish the project and I forget the YouTube. But my YouTube channel is coming back. I haven't been doing haul videos and stuff lately, and that's all changing. Okay. Oh, I love how stunning this looks. Ah, with the half page there. Okay, so we're going to take our spine side. Remember, we cut that 1/2 inch out of the hinge right there on the side of this from the bottom. So it's a 1/2 inch. There's no hinge there on the bottom. It's important because your hinge right here is a 1/2 inch. So let's go ahead and pull our tape off. Okay. And we're going to slide this right on. You'll feel it hit your hinges for the side. Okay. And then you're just going to press it on. And you've got a nice pocket. And you don't want to go all the way to your spine because it does this. It sticks straight up. But you can work the hinge and it'll feel a lot better. You don't want to go all the way down because it won't turn properly. Your pages will catch with this one. Okay. So what I'm suggesting is a big mat of some kind or tags. If you wanted to, you could even, while building this, adhere and seal the middle section of this, so you have 2 6x6 compartments, and you can make essentially 2 5x7 tags for as wide as you would like. So you could do tags. Let me grab a mat that will fit in here. This one's a mat with a, I don't know, this one should fit height-wise. Yep, well that fits perfectly. So you could just do a nice mat, and then you could have pictures here. And then same with the back here. And you could have pictures on the back of this. Hold on. Let me get it out of the way. Okay. So this is essentially what it's going to look like. You're going to have these almost like half pockets that are nice and thin, but they will also store things for you. If you wanted, you could create these with a flap by taking a 3-inch piece, scoring 1 inch from the left side, making it a little bit less than this height, maybe like 11.5 tall, putting the scored side, gluing it here on the end, so you have a flap, and you could magnetic it, and so it creates an envelope, which is also another idea that would be awesome to use, and I think I'm going to do that with the next one that I do for this. Okay, so any questions on this album? Like I said, go and make this front a nice layout. You've got the space to do it. We discussed the craft text to hold these on because they are bulky, but that's one of the reasons why I cut it down to 3. Okay, you can embellish as you please, create the pockets as you please. Okay, so that's pretty much the BHA. Any questions? I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at my email, which is linked on my blog at scrapsbuttonsandbows.blogspot.com. Thanks for watching and joining in on this project, everyone. We will see you guys on the next project.